Hi guys, so today is day 4 of my antibiotics. So today is January 31st, 2021. So just following up from the second day, um, I pretty much just ended up feeling just tired, and I took that day to actually relax, and I actually ended up watching Selena, the series, the one that's on Netflix. I know a lot of people don't like the girl from The Walking Dead playing Selena, but you know what? I think that she did pretty good. So I ended up watching like about 4 or 5 episodes. Um, some of the things that I actually forgot to mention on the previous video is that my doctor actually put me on a bland diet. So I'm not allowed to eat any fast food, no dairy, no tomatoes, anything with tomatoes, um, no spicy foods, which is really, really hard because if you come from a Mexican family, you guys know how much chili we actually eat. So I really, really love eating a lot of chili, especially tapatio. Tapatio is my favorite hot sauce. So in order for me not to be able to eat chili has been a little bit pretty hard. No citrus drinks, so I can't have orange juice or lemonade. Yeah, pretty much no lemons either. And no dairy. I mean, I could have a little bit of dairy, but I just can't overdo it. And as well as exercising, I can only exercise very little because if I overdo it, it'll irritate my stomach. So the only thing I've been actually eating are soups, fruit, and vegetables. And I have to eat small meals throughout the day. So I did ended up losing 10 pounds. Um, I might lose another 2 to 3 pounds with what I'm going through right now, which I'm gonna talk about in a moment. But so pretty much yesterday, which is day 3, I did wake up pretty tired. So I did end up watching the rest of Selena, the rest of the episodes in the morning. Something that I forgot to mention as well is that when I first found out that I tested positive for H-Pylori, I did go on YouTube and try to do some search for reviews on because I wanted to see other people's experience of what they actually went through. There actually really weren't that many. So a few of those people, they actually experienced a lot of stomach pain and nausea and vomiting, pretty much all the symptoms that they were having with the antibiotics just coming all back. So they end up actually stop taking the antibiotics and they end up going to the doctor, and they pretty much have to start the whole process all over again. And those people that actually went through the antibiotics, that actually did push through, those people actually ended up feeling very well. So it may not feel like the antibiotics are not working, but I truly do believe that they are. So just push through it. If you tested positive for H. pylori and if you're gonna take antibiotics, I recommend that you finish the whole medication. Another thing is that some of the other people as well have been taking over 10 pills. I don't know how I'll be able to deal with that. I'm just grateful that I'm only taking 4 twice a day. So back to yesterday. I had a doctor's appointment at 1:30 p.m. I mean, not a doctor's appointment, a dentist appointment. My appointment at the dentist was to remove my 3 wisdom teeth. So I still have the one in the bottom on the right, the left, and the top left. So what they actually did, they took my left one. This one was actually I thought they were actually gonna take this one out first, but they ended up taking this one out. So so when I got there, they ended up putting like a couple of sticks, more like, they look more like toothpicks with the little pink thing on top, and Sorry, I'm having a little difficult time trying to talk. So anyways, they put those sticks in my mouth and the bottom all the way in the back, and it did numb it a little. I did wait for a few minutes until the dentist came, and he ended up putting injections on my right and my left. And after the injections, you guys, I felt so nasty. Like I ended up feeling so heavy, so drowsy, and I ended up feeling really hot. And I was having a little hard time breathing, and my heart was beating so fast. So I was wearing a jacket at that time, so I ended up taking it off. And it lasted for a few minutes, and then the dentist came to see how I was doing. And I couldn't actually talk. I actually lost my voice. So the person that was actually with me told him what was going on, and he's like, and he asked me, he's like, was your heart racing? I just nodded my head. So I guess that's actually part of the process, because he didn't even say anything. He was like, okay. So I actually thought I was having a panic attack. So the dentist came back, and he started working on my bottom left tooth. While he was actually working on it, I felt so much pain. He would still put a lot of injections on me, but those injections weren't actually doing anything to me. So I don't know if my body was actually resisting it, or I have no idea. But I still ended up feeling everything, and it was extremely painful. The dentist had a really hard time trying to take out my tooth. And he was getting really frustrated. And then he was also getting really annoyed because the assistant wasn't actually using the tool how he wanted to. He was also getting really annoyed because the assistant wasn't using the tool like how he really wanted it. So he ended up taking the tool away from her and using it a few times and giving it back to her. Because dealing with her, he was just extremely frustrated. Throughout that time, I felt like I really wanted a break. I mean, I wanted to sit up, I wanted to breathe, and I couldn't even swallow. I had a hard time trying to swallow. Oh my God. And then I was also bleeding a lot. The dentist couldn't understand why I was bleeding so much. So all the bleeding actually made it really hard for him to see. So I did feel a lot of the drilling, a lot of the pushing, and a lot of the breaking. Because he had to break my tooth little pieces by pieces to be able to get it out, because he wasn't able to pull it out. Yeah, it just wouldn't come out. It was just stuck there. Anyway, so the dentist actually took about 2 hours taking my tooth out. I was so relieved that he was done. I was like, oh my God, he's actually finally done. And then the assistant put some gauze on me, on my mouth, and I ended up sitting up. I felt like I really needed to sit up because I wanted to breathe. I wanted that little break for myself, you know. And then as I sat up, I was in so much pain, really horrible pain, and I couldn't handle it. I couldn't control myself, so I ended up crying. So I didn't care who was watching me cry. I didn't care. But I ended up crying for like about 30 minutes. And through that process, while I was crying, he wanted me to take 2 Tylenols, but I couldn't even swallow. It was really hard. They gave me a little cup of water. I tried sipping on the water, a little bit of the water first. That was really hard. Like I almost choked on myself. So I had to like lean my head towards the right, and I tried drinking water that way, and I was able to. So that was the only way for me to be able to take the Tylenol. So then they ended up giving me an ice pack, It looks like this. This is actually the second one for me to use today, which I'm going to use in a little while. So he ended up prescribing me some ibuprofen, 600 milligrams, and acetaminophen, or however you say it, 500 milligrams. So he also prescribed me this thing to rinse my mouth with. I think I'm gonna wait a couple of days on that to use. So while I was at the dentist still, he came back and checked on me, and he wanted to feel my face to see if I was able to feel. All of this was all numb, so I wasn't able to feel anything. So he actually waited a few more minutes and came back. So he actually ended up doing that twice to check out if I could be able to feel. So he was pretty much checking if I could feel here, right here, or right here, anywhere in the face. But I just couldn't feel right here. So as of right now, I still can't feel right here. It is actually numb. It is actually swollen. Right here, a little swollen as well. So when I tap on it, I can barely feel it, just extremely little, but I can feel it. So I think I'll be fine. I think I'll be able to feel probably in a few days. But yeah, the dentist was concerned that he might have caused some nerve damage. So he actually felt so relieved that I was actually able to feel. So he took down my phone number so he could check on me in a few days. Sorry guys, I hope you could really understand me because I'm having a hard time trying to talk. They also left me some instructions to follow. They gave me a piece of paper. I don't know if I can find it real quick. Let me see. Oh, here it is. I don't know if you guys could see, but you guys can pause it and read through it. I'm not gonna read through it. I actually ended up leaving at 5 p.m. that day. So after I left, we went to go pick up my prescription, and I ended up going to a Pollo Loco and getting mashed potatoes, and then coming back home. So it was really hard for me to eat. My jaw was just so painful. I couldn't even open it. I couldn't open my mouth. So it was really hard for me to even eat a fourth of the mashed potatoes that I got. We got a large one for me to eat. And yesterday I was like, oh my god, like how am I going to take the antibiotics if I can't even be able to eat? But I still tried the same thing as I did earlier. Tilt my head on the side, and that was the only way that I was able to take my medication. And not only that, I had such a hard time trying to sleep last night. I was very uncomfortable. I think I only slept like 2 to 3 hours. So this morning when I got up, I did feel a little bit of the pain. Not to the point where I actually needed to take any Advil or Tylenol. But I did have a hard time trying to open my mouth. That was actually painful right here throughout my whole jaw. I did end up feeling really tired, so worn out. After I ate a little, I feel a little better. I really wanted to share this experience with you guys, what I'm actually going through right now, which is one of the main reasons why I decided to film. I wasn't gonna film because of the way I actually felt, but this is how it is right now, and I wanted you guys to actually see me right now. So I think right now I'm just gonna eat some ice cream to help me soothe my throat, and then after that I'm gonna take a shower. So yeah guys, that's all I wanted to share with you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.